Listen, I have an idea.
It's how I feel when you make lemonade. Whatever today has given you. 511 headaches, still call it Thanksgiving. True.
Welcome to another edition of the Super Dupa podcast. I'm your host, Rob Griggs, here with the super producer with the cough, as McMahon.
Yes. Man, excuse me.
What's going on, my man?
Just coughing, man. That's it, man.
That's
Got to get rid of this thing.
That's
Allergies.
Welcome. Thank you for checking out another edition of the Super Duper Pod. We do not take your listens lightly. Make sure you follow us on all socials. What up, Sarah? At Super Duper Pod, SUPA, DUPA, POD, and online at HP53productions.com for our hurts and additional content such as the Father Good podcast and our own Ed McMahon with the Easy Smoke and GM podcast. I know you guys have been recording lately. It's kind of getting back in gear. When does training camp start?
Training camp vets report July 22nd.
Okay.
So we got a little. No, rookies report on the 19th, I think. They get there a little early. We don't really care about the rookies, when they report. We get down to business. First practice is on the 23rd, the morning of the 23rd. So that's when we start getting into gear there.
No doubt. You feeling good about the Bears?
I feel pretty good. It's a tough schedule.
Yeah.
But we're hoping that we got the right coach. We're hoping that year 2 of the quarterback will be fine. We're hoping that the offensive lineman pickups that we got will work out. And so we'll see. I'm feeling good though. Feeling good about the Bears.
Hey man, Chicago is a Bears town. People, no
it
matter
sure
what you like, it's a Bears town. So
Bears is number one.
Man, even my mom watches the Bears. You know what I'm saying? She's like, "Oh, that's stupid." She turned it off. It's like,
I get that.
Yeah, but even at church sometimes, man, they'll pray for the Bears right before we leave, man. It's like, listen, Lord, please let the Bears do well today. You know what I'm saying? So shout out to the Bears this season. Should be a great one.
I don't know if I like that.
Why not?
Because everybody's praying for the win. So now you
hey man, you want the Lord's hand up? You got to put it.
Who's he supposed to pull for?
You got to put it out there. Is let his will be done. But
that's
just
rough, man. I don't know.
This way,
all right,
Lord, please,
all right.
On the Bears. So, but again, make sure you check out the Easy Smoke and GM podcast wherever you get this podcast. Oh, also follow us all on YouTube, HP53 Productions. You can find SDP, Easy Smoke and GM, and all of our additional content there on YouTube. That's our church announcement. So, man, good to see you, brother, as always. And I've got a lot to talk about. Most importantly, I'm excited about the Superman movie that's coming out tomorrow. Well, I guess when you guys hear this, will probably be today. But yes, if you guys have listened to the pod already, I'm probably the bigger one of the most. But
yeah, I'm not the biggest Superman
fan. Yeah. Superhero, fan, Marvel, DC, all that stuff. I watch them all, watch all the shows, what have you. I was thinking about this, telling somebody, I took a history of comic book class in college. Like I read comic books growing up, but not like so deep.
I don't know. That school you went to, man. I don't know. What kind of elective is that, man?
Hey, man, listen. I've experienced before. We had a winter study, and when it was too cold, you couldn't go nowhere. Took one class for 1 month, and that's what I took for 1 month. And it made me appreciate the history of comic books. So ever since then, man, I've been locked in. But the Superman movie, this conversation today is sparked by an article I saw in the Wall Street Journal that's talking about how a lot is riding on the Superman movie because it pretty much has to save a studio. And, we always talk about Marvel versus DC. Marvel is just a machine right now when it comes to the movies. And it's like DC can never get it. They're always starting over. I mean, Batman does well, right? And if you think about it, so it's called the DCEU. That's the DC Extended Universe, like Marvel Cinematic Universe is MCU. Okay. So the DCEU has grossed over $7 billion in movies. That's not bad, right? And I was looking at the numbers. The budget was about total $3 billion. Not. What do you think Marvel's is?
They've been hitting hard the last 15 years. So
that's what she said.
Wow. I'm gonna say Marvel around 15 billion.
$31 billion.
Wow. Yeah.
Crazy. So the people
Yeah.
at DC just like, we lost. It's like 31
And the
billion
crazy
dollars.
part is DC had the head start. They were really on it first.
I would say, and so you kind of got my next point. To
Yeah.
me, DC actually has the best characters. Like, what I'm saying? Like overall, like Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, like that's top three. Me,
DC is
Spider-Man's
like,
in there.
if you're a college football fan, DC is like the Big Ten.
The
I think
Big
it's I
Ten.
think it's top heavy.
Okay. Okay. But then when you
So
kind of
the
get down to the
but
meat,
then
so
when you start
Marvel
coming
got to,
down, yeah.
yeah. Cause see your point. Iron Man wasn't like an A-list comic book hero, but when the movies came out, it's like he and Captain America are the top dogs. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
Like Marvel is X-Men, is Spider-Man. Like those are the top
right, right.
people, right? So that's a good call. So they just had a deeper well to draw from, and maybe that's also too the difficulty of why these movies will do so well because we have such a high bar for them. Now I got to make this point. Batman is not included in the DCEU number. Now, what do you guess the total of all the Batman movies are, the gross?
Wait, why is that?
Well, I think because sometimes the Marvel movies, the Batman movies are like in its own little section. You know what I'm saying? Like this DCEU, like the Batman movies are never like in that particular universe.
So
They
the
got all
seven, so the
connected.
7 billion number does not include the
That does not
Batman
include
movies.
Batman, but still,
Wow.
what do you
Okay.
think? What do you think the Batman
I
movies are?
think the Batman movies on their own is over 10.
Well, according to Wiki, $6 billion.
Okay. All right.
But it's grossed as much as the DCEU. You see what I'm saying?
And so does this go back to
Yeah,
the
Michael Keaton
89, the
movies.
Michael
Yeah,
Keaton? Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
So in total, this is $13 billion. And again, that's why you keep seeing it. They like, well, registers ain't ringing. Roll out another Batman movie. You know what I'm saying? Make a couple bucks. We talked about this on the pod a couple years ago. Just how like they just keep that's the winning ticket when in doubt. Roll out a Batman movie, and you see it's made as much as all these other movies combined. Now, to Marvel's credit, they've pumped out a lot of movies in the last, you know, 17 years, I
Yeah.
guess,
Yeah.
since the first Iron Man. So, it's a numbers game, but still $31 billion. It's nothing to sneeze at, man. But the Superman movie, I'm excited about it because I hope it does well. I like this genre, but it has been taking a bit of a dip lately. You know what I'm saying? Like the Marvel movies haven't been doing so well, like kind of like a few duds in there. I mean, it's something you're in the theater, like I'm locked in. I've been locked in for so long. I might as well just keep going. You know what I mean?
I think after Endgame, uh people got a little marveled out.
Well, no, well, here's the thing. It got too ambitious, right? Because up until that point, literally everything that was done was connected to Endgame, right? And
Yeah.
so then they kept trying to connect it, and it was like now stuff ain't added up. Wait, he snapped. It's been 5 years. What, 5 years since we
Right.
related? So it's in the
Right.
future now. Wait. So if you bring them back, who's what? Who? You know what I'm saying? It was, and so it got too big. I keep thinking this. This is what Marvel should have done. It should have been like, all right, it starts with Iron Man, right? Iron Man, Captain America, Thor, Black Widow, those people. Those are the main foundational characters. And then it's like, Endgame is the it. We close this volume, this chapter of Marvel story, and
And then
then
start over.
it start another story with another set of characters, right? It's like, okay, you start with now it's maybe now this is the X-Men thing. Start over because not the problem is they keep trying to tie it to Iron
So
Man,
what happened?
Tony
Right.
Stark,
Right.
and so now that can just become a
Well,
little
that
bit difficult as it gets bigger. Yeah, that's just my thought.
uh I hear you, but they did give us the black Captain America though.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
absolutely. That movie wasn't that great, but yeah, sure, I hear you, man.
It
I hear
worked
you.
though. It worked.
Hey, man, listen, it made his money. I'm not gonna hate on the brother, but I
It
can't.
worked.
It was okay.
And we'll see what happens. We'll see what
We'll
happens.
see what happens, man. But
Yeah.
but I think the Superman movie, in addition to the Fantastic Four that comes out in a couple of weeks, like people are thinking if these don't do well, then the comic book
But
movies might be on the outs, man.
I don't think it's even wait, the Fantastic Four. When do you think it's gonna give up on that? We've tried this many, many times, and they still
Hey,
trying to
but I
pump
think,
Fantastic Four to
but
us.
see, but that's like the equivalent of Superman and Batman, right? And from comic book history, this was the character that like was like, oh, we love the Fantastic Four, and they just trying. They think if they do it the right way, it'll hit right. But I
We'll
think
see.
you brought up a good point. I feel like the middle characters who you don't know as much about, like Superman's story, all this stuff. The thing is, I just still never understand why. I mean, I understand because I love it, but that Batman, no matter what, the story, about his parents, about the cave, about they use the same, they use the Joker every time, Catwoman every time, it still hits, no matter how you do it, man. But I think that's
Well,
because
they switch it up a little bit.
but also he's a flawed character, so it's a lot. I think we at the older, think about it now. Before, a character had to be just great and good. That's Superman's lane. But now you like a character, we do a lot of the anti-hero stuff, right? The flawed stuff. Like you like to see the struggle to be good. You're not just good, but you gotta kind of make yourself be good. Superman's always been painted as perfect. And so like we know him to be perfect. So he's perfect. Nothing to see here. Batman is imperfect. Batman, actually, you can't trust him. He got tape on everybody. You know what I'm saying? You don't know Batman got you. He got a way to kill you, bro. He figured this out already. I thought we were friends, dog. That's Batman. And it's shout out to one of my favorite podcasts, the Midnight Boys on Ringiverse. They were debating this whole thing just about like if this summer doesn't go well with Superman and Fantastic Four, it might be the end. I hope not, but I mean,
that's
it's
a stretch.
It is, but and also too, I think the playing field is evening out because when this stuff started happening, because okay, another trivia for you. What's the highest grossing DCEU movie? You had to guess.
Probably Dark Knight.
Well, that's outside of the DCEU.
Oh, that's right. You said the Batmans don't work. Damn. Justice League?
Aquaman.
Really?
Yeah, would surprise me as well.
Actually, it wasn't a bad movie.
No, it was a great movie, man.
Yeah.
And I think they were just trying to do their best. But now here we go. I think that's the only one that made over $1 billion. Marvel $1 billion movies are, of course, Endgame, Infinity War, Spider-Man: No Way Home, The Avengers and The Avengers: Age of Ultron. Other $1 billion movie films include Black Panther, of course, Iron Man 3, Captain America: Civil War. I watched that last week. Listen, that's
a
great movie. Spider-Man: Far From Home, Captain Marvel and Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, Deadpool and Wolverine, dog. Like that's crazy. Over $1 billion, man. It's like they just got it. And I feel like they just took more time and to make a better universe. And DC, I think James Gunn is trying to do so. So this is a big summer, man. So I'm gonna watch it tomorrow. Hopefully it's a good movie. Hope we got a good report.
Let me ask this.
Yeah.
Does Marvel give us better actors?
I think it's actors with also better stories, right? I think the Marvel movies they're serious. They got a lot of good action. They got a little.
But the Marvel characters, for the most part, before they were Marvel characters, were stars.
Yeah. Or almost on their way to being stars.
Yeah.
No, I think these. I just think honestly the stories are better, man. They just tell the story better. Like I would say it to the end time. DC has the better characters. Marvel just had better storytellers. And that's what makes the difference, and we see it live in the color. I mean, I watch a Batman movie over and over again. It's very rare I watch a DC movie. Just throw it on, have it on TV. The kids are probably sick of seeing Captain America, Winter Soldier, because that's stay on the TV, man, for real. So yeah, but check out Superman this weekend. If you
last thing before you go,
yeah,
do you like the Superman S?
Nah, that's kind of throwing me, man. You know what I mean? But it'll grow.
I was told. I don't know. I guess this is true. I trust the person that told me this. That's the original Superman S from dating back to the 40s. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
okay. Well, I guess
I don't like it.
I mean, I like the one that looked like an S. Whatever this crap.
I don't like this one. I don't know.
You know what I mean? No, I like knowing it's an S that means hope, but whatever.
That's why I'm not going to see it. It's
you just because of the S, huh? Wow. Well, I already know. So, are you going to the theater to see it?
No.
Man, bro. See, here's my thing. Because I'm into it so much, phrasing, I gotta see it now because somebody will spoil it for me, man. You know what I mean?
I did.
Somebody
The
on
last
Facebook. I'm cool.
the last movie I went to see was Captain America.
Okay. Yeah, I
I
saw
saw
that.
that in the theater.
Yeah, took my son. Shout out to PT. We took our kids out there. Shout out to Mo. Everybody was out there hanging out, seeing the movie, man. But yeah, check it out. Super excited. See what I did there to see the movie, man.
I see. Yeah.
See what I did there. So, Ez, we talked about this before we started recording. So I don't know if you heard about how syphilis. This is a great segue, by the way. How syphilis is on the
Superman to
rise.
syphilis.
I know, right? Right to syphilis is on the rise in America. Have you heard about this, sir?
I have not.
Okay. So let me open up my notes. So this is from Perplexity. Syphilis cases in the United States have surged to the highest level since the 1950s, with reported cases increasing by about 80% between 2018 and 2022, reaching over 207,000 cases in 2022. The rise is affecting all age groups and regions, with a particularly alarming increase in congenital syphilis. That's when the infection is passed from a mother to a baby, which saw a 937% increase in the past decade. That was wild because you don't hear about this. You know what I'm saying? Like I saw, I don't know where I saw it, like a banner somewhere. And I was like, that's strange. And I looked into it. It's all the data that came up. You look confused.
There's a cure. So why isn't this being taken care of?
Let's get to it. So key factors, look at you. Look at us working together. You know what I'm saying? Key factors to driving the rise of syphilis. So there's reduced funding for STD prevention. So the CDC's STD prevention budget has dropped significantly over the past 2 decades, from about 169 million in 2003 to 80 million in 2023, while cases soared from 34,000 to over 200,000. My goodness. Decreased access to sexual health services. So the pandemic disrupted routine health screenings and STI testing, leading to delayed diagnosis and untreated cases. Now, Ez, we talked about this because we made a joke. We were like, people so worried about COVID, they not getting tested for nothing else. And we was like, it's going to be a super STD called chlamydia. I don't remember that joke we made. It was like, this one is going to be.
I do remember.
Yeah, remember we said that.
Yeah.
And it's like, and here it is. Syphilis is on the rise, man. Shortage of key antibiotics, changes in sexual behavior, so increase in substance use, reduced condom use, and evolving sexual networks have contributed to the higher transmission rates. I was talking with somebody about this, how like when we were in high school, people were making songs about like using protection. You know, that was like song, you know what I mean? Talking about how they got a suitcase full of these things. And now it's like people.
BDP had wear your Jimmy hats.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Stigma and lack of awareness. The stigma around STIs discourages people from seeking testing and care, and many people are unaware of the risks or symptoms of syphilis, which can be mild or go unnoticed. Racial and ethnic minorities, sexual and gender minorities, and indigenous populations are disproportionately affected, reflecting broader social and health inequity. So while there's some indications that the rates may start to decline slightly after 2022, the overall trend remains a significant public health concern, especially with the sharp rise in congenital syphilis and the ongoing challenges in prevention, diagnosis, and treatment. So like, I feel like with congenital syphilis, it's like maybe somebody doesn't know they have it. Then they have a kid and they find out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and now you got it and the baby have it. That's heartbreaking, man. So, you know, please be safe out there. You know, again, I was telling somebody about the pod today, like, because she was like, "What's your pod about?" I was like, "Well, we talk about serious stuff, and we make fun of it, the very serious of the serious stuff. That's just the best I can say. I mean, that's what we do. You know what I mean? But it's true. I know we make a lot of jokes, but this is like serious because as it all is serious because again, as we read there, people are just not taking care of their health. And truly, we talked about it during the pandemic. People just stopped testing for other stuff. It was like, I'm going to see if I got COVID, cool. Because at that point, that was the only thing killing people. You know, it was like, this itch is fine, but do I got this cough? You know what I mean? I can deal with the itch. The cough I can't deal with. You know what I'm saying? The cough, nah, got to take care of this doc. No, got to see me today. You know what I'm saying? Got syphilis all on your face. But it's like, So please, people, we got to get, because it used to be, we talked about, we were growing up, it was really about, HIV prevention, STD prevention, and it was a really big thing about, being safe sexually, right? To prevent, it wasn't just about not having kids, it was about being safe. You didn't want these
Yeah,
diseases.
you don't see there used to be like a lot of ads on both
Yeah,
television and radio that would, that would talk about that. You don't see that anymore.
not at all. But I
Yeah.
think I think some of it is right. You see, again, who was I talking about this with? It's like you see somebody like Magic Johnson, and he's living a bountiful life, right?
Uh, I don't know if
Hit it,
that's me personally. That's not a great example. Magic got money, man.
but still, that people are he considered aspirations like, well, as Kanye said, you can live through anything. Magic made it, and so it's like you think,
Magic
okay.
got the world's best in everything.
And, but also too, it's like, but you see, there's an example of somebody who's living a full life that had HIV, right?
Yeah,
And so then people start, and then got all these. I mean, it's always comes on the the TV, whatever. These I don't know if it's nothing is everything. Nothing is everything. That would be a different ad. But like they have these prep things that people can take and still have relationships and relations and say relationships. You know what I mean? And I think one ad said your HIV is not, it can be undetectable. So it's like we have all these cures. It wasn't like before when we were younger, where it's like this stuff was killing people. Like you got this. That
yeah.
is it.
That was a death
Now it was
sentence.
like
Yeah,
people are living with these things. You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? And living in having lives, right? So I think it pulled back some of the stigma of like, because it was scaring us to death. Like
yeah.
this gonna kill you. Don't want to die. You know what I mean? And so now it's like, well, I can manage it, or the commercials say we can fix it, or it just won't happen now. Who gets that kind of stuff? And here we have
That's a bad argument to have with yourself there, man.
is
Not
what.
me.
Say what now?
Yeah, it's not as bad as it used to be. So yeah, we can go ahead and risk that.
Yeah, it's like
No, I'm good, man. No.
yeah, no. People say some people wear it proudly. I have it. I had it. It's all good. I got you. Like nah, man. Nah,
No,
no, ma'am. No, ma'am. So no.
no.
Yeah, so be careful out here. Strap up, please, if that's what you're doing, because again, and one point that came out said it's all races, all genders, all ages. Because remember, there were reports about nursing homes having an STD problem. Have you heard about this?
Yeah, I've definitely heard about that.
Right. So it's like they was like, I ain't dead yet. Okay, you understand me?
Yeah, that nursing home thing, that's wild, man.
Hey, they figure, hey, listen, hey, okay, let's keep it a
That's
book.
wild.
It's like if they there, hopefully people are visiting them, but say maybe they're not getting visited. This they people, and it's like they still got feelings and emotions and needs, and it's like, hey man, you down if I'm down, you know what I mean? Let's make this happen. And unfortunately, it's everybody's making it happen with everybody, and now we got a problem. I know the nurses like, hold on, man, you got it too. Hold on now. What y'all? I thought y'all was playing checkers. Clearly, you're not.
Man. What's the by the way, speaking of the nursing home thing,
Hmm.
the movie with Morgan Freeman and Tommy Lee Jones.
Oh, I think I know you're talking about. Didn't they break out their
Uh
show or something? Went to Vegas or something? Is that the one they went to Vegas?
no, not the Vegas movie. No, no,
Okay.
no, no, no. It's a different movie. So well, no, Tommy Lee Jones wasn't in that movie. That was the Vegas movie was Robert De Niro
Mm-hmm.
and Morgan Freeman, which was pretty good too. But this one it's called Just Getting Started,
Mm-hmm.
and basically Morgan Freeman plays a old man in a witness protection program, and he basically heads up this retirement community.
Yeah.
But all they're doing all day is doing the do with everyone around. It's almost like high school all over again at this retirement community. So
Wow.
that movie can show,
That's how they get
that's
down, huh?
how to, yeah, that's crazy, man.
Man, let's stay with your mate as long as you can. Jeez Louise. You go, how you get all the way up there? Now you got this stuff. Come on, man. You done made it.
But you start, you get there, man. You 80 something. Why not?
Now you got these things. You know what I mean? You don't want
that's what penicillin's for.
See, you just proved the point.
I sure did. I did.
Why people out here getting? There you go, S. There you go. That's what penicillin is for.
That's wrong. That's wrong. Sorry.
See. Come on, man.
Yeah.
Last thing before we get out of here. So, as you and I talked about this, and again, you know about this because you're in media, and I seen this because I listen to NPR and people watch PBS. But Trump and his administration are actively pushing to eliminate federal funding for public media, and that's again stations like NPR, public radio, PBS Kids, all that stuff. Specifically targeting NPR and PBS. This campaign involves several major actions from Perplexity. So in May 25, Trump signed an executive order instructing the Corporation for Public Broadcasting and our federal agencies to stop both direct and indirect funding for NPR and PBS. The order claims to prevent taxpayer money from supporting what Trump calls biased and partisan news coverage. There's congressional action. Trump has formally asked Congress to rescind $1.1 billion in federal subsidies. Legal challenges, NPR, PBS, and several local stations have sued Trump and the administration. That's not the first lawsuit. I saw the guy who was, I can't think of his name, but he was the person who went to Colombia that got hit up, that had taken by ICE, but now he's back. He's suing Trump too. I mean, I think people suing Trump left and right, arguing that the executive order is unconstitutional, amounting to retaliation and viewpoint-based discrimination in violation of the First Amendment. The administration and his Republican allies accuse public media of liberal bias and argue that federal funding is unnecessary. I mean, I just wanted to bring this up because I don't think people know about this. And this is a pretty big deal. And Dr. Williams, shout out to him, always talks about, the war on information. And I have to say, I listen to NPR. I think you listen to NPR as well. And, I got to give it to them. They are an unbiased news source. Like they will even say, it'll be a story about Apple. They're cooking Apple, but it's like, Apple is a sponsor of NPR. We know it, but this is the story. And I think, obviously Trump is on this road. He about retribution and retaliation. Like you had smoke with me, I now have smoke with you. And so he's like trying to, because now he said he's president, whatever he can to attack his enemies. Even though they're not his enemies, it's reporting news. Hey man, you were convicted. You are a felon, sir. You did this wrong. They're just reporting said facts. You know what I mean? But he's cutting this money. But I think if you listen to public radio or you think this is wrong, they have donation pages on their sites, on their different locations to support public radio. Because again, you won't know if this funding goes away, like these news sources are going away, that these news sources go away that are unbiased and public and just because here's the thing. If you don't have access to the news, like because you can't assume everybody has, streaming and a phone and a TV and antenna, all this other stuff. So this is public access networking and radio. I mean, think about kids who watch PBS because their parents may not have cable, right? They may not have any other channels, and this is stuff they can watch, like Arthur and Martha Speaks and shows like that. That's teaching kids how to learn and read. I mean, you know what I'm saying? That stuff is important. So this is not like a small thing. It sounds like it's just this whole retribution thing, but it's affecting like kids who can just watch this just because they got nothing else to see. How many, they learn their ABCs and they're learning like, comprehension by watching these shows, and also just what news you get from these spaces. So wanted to bring that to people's attention because that's what we like to do here at the pod. Like, again, we know tariffs is the word of the day. We're talking about Diddy. We're talking about, all the random stuff that Trump does. But I feel like something like this is very important. That's not really highlighted enough. You know what I'm saying? And I just want people to be aware of it. Support it as you will. Do with it what you will. But we just want to make sure you were informed about it because, again, I know I listen to a lot of these pods. Planet Money, shout out to Planet Money, one of my favorite podcasts on NPR. And it's like, these could just be gone. And these are just sources of information. They give the both sides of the coin. This is what it is, and that's great. But because Trump got an angle, or he just don't want, he want what he want, he's taking the money away, and that's unfair. That's not the job. The job ain't just to do it. He's not the president of the people that that voted for him. He's the president of the entire United States. So I need them to start acting like that, man. Anything you got to add is?
Very well said, man. Support NPR, support the public broadcasting system.
Absolutely. I mean, because it's not nothing. And again, we talk about it often. These sirens. I keep saying it. When I got trained, Notre Dame and innovation, they talked about sirens, stories that you hear that, you know, it'd be like, that's odd. And then you kind of walk away from it, right? It'd be like on the 5th page of the newspaper or some deep. It's like, that's what you got to pay attention to. Something that strikes you odd, because then in 10 years, it'll be the thing. And you had and now you didn't prepare for it. Take this as a siren, right? This is something small. Like we keep saying this stuff. All these little moves here and there, like the whole sending the troops, no, not the troops. When he sent when California was having the riots. And he sent the
National Guard.
Yeah. National Guard, I think. I can call it that's the water. National Guard to California, right? It's like, that's a small flex, like, because if I can send to California, I could send it anywhere. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
Oh, no, not National Guard. No, he actually sent Marines there.
That's what it was.
Yeah,
actual Marines, yeah.
He actually sent Marines there.
If I can do that here.
And he took control of the California National Guard, who is supposed to be led by the governor of the state.
Yeah.
That's what happened.
So, you know, just something to be mindful of, man. It's we only been 6 months in? Yikes.
I feel like it's been a long
6 months, but hold on, y'all, and be mindful of the news, and shout out to all those bums who's these single issue voters that have these stupid posts about how Trump doing right. Man, get out of here. So and before we get out of here, I just want to send thoughts and prayers to everybody in Texas. You know, you've seen the videos about the floodings that happened in Texas, and you know what, kind of on a soapbox today, because I saw some officials in Texas talk, you know, they're trying to blame all kinds of stuff. Instead, you take the blame. Like I'm big on that, maybe to a fault. If something happens, I look at myself first. Like, what could I have done differently? You know what I'm saying? Even if maybe I do nothing wrong, you still ask, what could I have done differently? And I feel like this ain't the time to be like, you know, y'all did, hey, we messed, you know, whoever didn't do. Now we have to, you know, get to a point to do this better. So I know that toll keeps jumping up every time I turn the news and I see the number. Like, it was like 100 one day, it was 160 the next day, which is unwild. It's wild and it's heartbreaking, man.
At this point now, it's you know, let's get them the resources that they need.
Absolutely.
Then we can. There's going to be time to place blame to everybody.
It's not right now. It's not right now. Not right now. Let's just get to it and get to, you know, try to find people, get people there, and you know, just thankful that some people were able to make it out. You know, band together. It was a story I read about a guy who saved his family. It was kind of heartbreaking. It was a man with his wife, his sister, his baby, and his mother-in-law, and I guess they were like in some basement or in some room. And the only way to get out was to break the window. But when he broke it, he cut a main artery in his arm. Now, everybody was able to get out, but that big cut, you know, he bled out. And obviously, he can't get to the hospital. So it's like, you know, his family was just in tears because it was like, he saved our, and he knew it. He was like, yeah, I'm not going to make it. But y'all
that's terrible.
Yeah, man. So, you know, it's a lot of that happening, man. So please, as we talk about often on the SDP, make sure you read your news. Even if you follow the SDP, appreciate you. Still find other news sources, get the full package, the full story for yourself. All right. So Ez, that's it for today. Quick one. That's what she said. But thank you for checking out the Super Duper Pod. We do not take your listens lightly. Make sure you follow us on all socials, SUPA, DUPA, POD. What up, Sarah? Online at hp53productions.com and on YouTube at hp53 productions. Ez, I miss anything?
No, I think you covered it all.
Make sure you like, share, subscribe. Tell a friend, mate. Check in. What's up, bro? I gotta work on my English accent. I gotta bring that back for the fall. I'm gonna get it tight. I'm gonna get it tight, get it right. But guys, we really appreciate y'all. Make sure you take care of yourselves and each other. Read something other than Instagram. I'm talking to myself. This is the Supa. Oh, hey, mama. This is the Supa Dupa podcast.
I've been up late with demons in my basement trying to get me to hate this life, thinking I should be further, and then I choke up. As soon as I got silent, then the truth spoke up. This said, how you know you ain't perfect? Let that soak up and soak in. You know how you know that you blessed? I woke